With a healthy reserve of 20K for each property, how is the cash preserved? Money market, dividend yielding stocks under the mattress. Uh, you shouldn't tie it to anything that's not real, right? So you definitely want this to be insured and stored in a manner that doesn't go down. Uh, this kind of hits home with me because I don't like seeing money sit there ever, right? I want it to be out there working because if it's just sitting there, if you factor in, the rate of inflation, then you're truly just kind of losing money by it sitting there. However, that money is sitting there to preserve your ability to go out and make money at a higher rate of return than inflation and also the stock market. Because when you are the one in charge of these real estate investments, you're going to get significantly better returns than you would otherwise in the stock market. Um, and you're also going to beat out inflation. So don't think about the money that you have in reserves as kind of wasted money or money that should be making additional money in other places. So when you go and you look at money markets, then they aren't necessarily insured, right? They could go down in value. In theory, they could go all the way to zero, I believe. I don't really think there's a stop loss. Now, I think that happening inside of a money market is pretty slim. It's still a possibility. So I wouldn't do that. I definitely, without the shadow of a doubt, would not put it in the stock market. However, a tiny asterisk, I wouldn't put any of my money in the stock market. Um, I would just let it sit there. I would let it, sit in a bank, a local credit union, probably one that would be very willing to assist you in a personal time of need for you, right? So I would not recommend putting this money at like a Chase or Bank of America or a company like Wells Fargo, especially where you're just like a number amidst millions of numbers. Um, I would put this in a bank where you walk in regularly and all the tellers are familiar with you and recognize you by sight. I would put this in a bank where you can text or call at very short notice the vice president of commercial lending. I would view this money as kind of a relationship building tool with one of your local credit unions that will be willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and help you get capital when you need it. So I think the highest and best use of your reserves should be uh, kind of the relationship building piece at the bank, because especially smaller banks, human nature, while banks will probably tell you that they treat someone with $50 in the bank account the same way that they treat someone with $500,000 in the bank account, that may be true. But when you have $500,000 in the bank account and you are asking a bank for $50,000, then they're likely to oblige. So if you got $20,000 in the bank account with a local credit union and you say, hey, real quick, I need $3,000 somehow, they'll probably say something like, okay, we got you.
Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.